right, so kind of piggybacking off of that with LSU beating Alabama, as well as Penn State losing to Minnesota, the college football rankings got shaken up a little bit.
Yeah.
So currently, for those of you who aren't aware of what the rankings are, it's LSU at 1, Ohio State dropped down to 2, you got Clemson at 3, Georgia at number 4, and then at 5 and 6, rounding out the looking in, you got Alabama at 5 and Oregon at 6. So do you agree with how this top 4 is, man?
Yeah, I agree. I actually thought that they would put Alabama in over Georgia at 4 just because Georgia lost to South Carolina, whereas Bama just lost to what is now ranked the best team in the country. However, I thought there's a little disrespect out there to Oklahoma. I think they're ranked 10th right now. A little upset about that. Think they should be up there. I mean, yeah, Kansas State loss was a bad loss, but
no worse than South Carolina.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And they're going to go and run their conference. They're going to be the conference champion easy, I think. I like Oregon where they're at. I mean, the only issue is I think Oklahoma's too far back. I mean, I think they got it right. I think, Clemson's obviously going to go undefeated, so they're going to be there because they just play in a cake conference. I don't even know who they play next. I think it's like Little Sisters that are poor, followed by Little Brothers that are poor. So, I'm not sure who they got, but I'm sure it's not going to be close.
No, probably not. My issues with the top 4 or the rankings in general are the exact same as you have. Although I wish Georgia was worthy of being of number 4, obviously a loss to South Carolina is much worse than a 5-point loss to the now number 1 team in the country. I hate to say it, but Alabama should be at number 4 right now. And that obviously once you have conference championships, everything gets thrown up in the air. So I wouldn't mind seeing Bama at 4. And I agree, Oklahoma should be closer to like 7 or 8, not at 10. Because
you can even make a case for Oregon to be at number 4, to be honest. They had their loss to Auburn, who's,
Yeah, I guess I could see that. And Georgia,
it's not a strong enough case. I just think Georgia shouldn't be there right now.
I agree. So talking about where teams are going to fall after the conference championship, though, what do you think the chances are that Alabama still finds a way in, even though it looks like they're not even going to play in their conference championship?
I eventually, when it comes down to it, I don't think they're going to get in.
Okay, so tell me how you think that plays out.
I think it's going to be Oregon in there at number 4. I think they go win the Pac-12. Oklahoma, they're already being disrespected, so I don't see them having a shot getting in. So you look, LSU will probably handle Georgia in the SEC game, so that gives Georgia 2 losses. If you're putting Georgia ahead of Bama now, if LSU goes and beats Georgia, why should they even be in the playoff then? Why would you not put a conference champion like Oregon in instead? And then, like you said...
Oh, no, if Georgia lost in the conference, there's no way they would be in.
Right.
Not a chance.
So, and then you look at Ohio State. They're going to stay there. I think they're going to run the Big Ten. They're the best team in the Big Ten. I know Minnesota looked really good against Penn State, but that's really it. I don't know who else will really give them a run for their money in the Big Ten, so they'll stay. And, Clemson, well, like we said, they're going to be there.
Yeah, so assuming LSU, Ohio State, Clemson all run, well, let's say all these top 6 teams run the table to their conference championship. Unfortunately, just based off of how the committee has been the past couple years, there's a decent chance Alabama winds up getting in.
Yeah, there's
because
a lot of Bama love.
The committee does not pay a lot of respect to the Pac-12, and especially if Oregon faces a nobody in the Pac-12. Now, granted, Utah's good enough this year that a win there might get them in, but we still got to see how the rest of the season plays out. Obviously, LSU, Ohio State, Clemson are going to be in because I see all of them winning their conference championship. The only way that I see Georgia still making it in is if somehow they beat LSU in the conference.
They have to win the SEC to get in.
But let's say, because Utah's a one-loss team right now, correct? Let's say Utah goes in and beats Oregon in the Pac-12. Do you see in the Pac-12 championship? Do you see Alabama not getting in favor of Utah?
Well,
no.
It
sucks, but. And to me, you shouldn't be able to make the playoff unless you at least appear in a conference championship.
Right.
I know the SEC is tough, but suck it up, Nick. You should have beat LSU.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta beat the people ahead of you in order to get into into the conversation.
You have no choice but to play the teams on your schedule. You got to win. Yeah. So we'll see. I just have a bad feeling they're still going to be there, and if they are there, I have a bad feeling that they're going to get hot, and we're going to see Alabama in another freaking championship. But we'll keep talking about that probably a lot more as we get closer to bowl season.